I think that the United States always believe that the leadership of the United States in the Asia-Pacific, or what in their term called the Indo-Pacific, is the indispensable for the stability and the security of this region, which I think that to some extent is quite ridiculous. I think that if United States reduce those military dimensions or reduce their momentum of security alliance expansion, I think it will actually facilitate more stability in this region, and also will invest more of their resources on economic cooperation. But of course, I think that maybe United States now realize, in addition to those military or security dimension, they are also going to inject more momentum on economic dimension into the so-called leadership. Let's see that what we will see of their alleged leadership.
Yeah, you know, the Chinese side has put forward its version or its vision of a security in terms of a security initiative globally and probably for China too. And here the US is talking about its leadership. So how do you see these two different versions of, or two different vision of security for the Asia-Pacific region?
Well, I think that the key differences is between, one is the perception of the threats. I think from Beijing's perspective, the key challenge or the threat to the regional security is those ideology-based and the military-focused alliance, which will make this region even more fragmented and polarized instead of a more integration and unification. So I think this is always, Beijing said that we need to focus on the inclusiveness and the cooperative security. While I think that Washington's perspective is the strategic culture or their strategic security culture is focused on the so-called enemy hunting. And they are more concerned about the so-called pacing peer, here refers to China. And they believe the rising China is definitely the threat of this security. Actually, is the threat. I think that they believe it is the challenge to the leadership or the primacy of the United States in this region. But of course, I think that this is very misleading. But anyway, I think that as long as the Washington continue to build up those security alliance, it has caused more concerns than instability. In the long term, it must be unsustainable if China is always excluded in those multilateral security arrangement.